speaking of my port removal, they let me keep it, you guys. They let me keep it. If you're not into medical stuff, look away. But this is my chemo port. They gave it to me in a little jar. This is actually a specimen jar because they had me pee in one just to make sure I wasn't pregnant. But here she is. They did clean it up. They did disinfect it. Long story short, they were not going to give it to me. They said that I had to request it from pathology, and the surgeon was like, I don't know how bad you want it. And I was like, bad enough that I will request it. But thankfully, the crew was amazing and they looked into it, and yeah, the hospital rule was as long as they disinfected it, they could let me have it. So I got my chemo port. If you are unfamiliar, it was here under my skin, then it went over my collarbone and they inserted it into, and it was flapping around in the breeze above my heart. And this is how they administered my chemo, my immunotherapy, and took my labs. But this little device, love it or hate it, it saved the wear and tear on my veins. And you can see all of the poke marks from being accessed over the last like 15 months. So crazy. These are the little bumps that your nurse would feel to kind of get a visual of where your port is so that they could poke in the proper place. But yeah, this is my freaking port. I never thought to name it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I don't know if I'm gonna like turn it into a keychain, Christmas ornament. Target practice, one of the technicians in the OR said that he does a lot of like woodworking and he's starting to dabble with resin. And he was like, you could do something cool and encapsulate it with resin, preserve it forever. And I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. So I don't know. If you guys have ideas, let me know in the comments. But yeah, here she is. This is my freaking chemo port with all her little poke marks. So crazy. This is her. I'm so ecstatic to have this. I got it. We pay for these things in more ways than one. So I am so happy to have this back. So if you are going to be deported soon and you want your port, I hope that you actually get to keep yours. I got my port, you guys. I got my freaking port.